Grand Rising. If you've wondered why your sleep is shitty, why you don't feel refreshed and rejuvenated when you wake up, why you might be having, weird dreams all the time, I can only recommend you to switch the Wi-Fi off. Switch the router off when you sleep. It's the least you can do. So simple, just pull the plug, that's it, The more research I do on these topics, and I've gone super deep, the more frightening it is that I learn. And I don't say that to bring fear, I say that in a way that nobody really thinks about this. And nobody cares about it either. Nobody cares that the blood-brain barrier opens up when you're exposed to these EMFs and the Wi-Fi, the radiation. And there are scientists that do the work on this. It's not that I'm, in the lab and I'm researching and I'm, testing and doing all that kind of shit. Even though I am testing, but, with me, myself, and my family and clients, and, so I know a little bit about, the leeway, the threshold that is possible, that we can push, where the limits are. But the basis of this, of what I'm saying, has been researched properly by people that spend every day with this kind of stuff. And that's also crucial for you to know, I don't say anything that is just my gut feeling, even though I do sometimes, but not with these major, statements that I push out, when I say this is really dangerous, for example, and, you should really watch out and all that kind of stuff. That's not my personal, let's say gut feeling, right? I do my research, I do read the research that's out there, the literature that's out there, and I go into these topics, right? And so, yeah, just be aware of that, right? That basically all I do, I double and triple check, with stuff that's been, researched deeply. And oftentimes this is the reason why I, use it in my programs, and oftentimes it is the basis for it, right? Because rarely I come up with something myself, very rarely, and then I look for the literature, let's say, right? It's often all that stuff that's really important is always hidden behind paywalls. So I just want you to know that if you research these topics that are a little bit controversial, especially with Google and ChatGPT, you won't find the straight answer right away, especially not when it's about these types of topics like EMFs, radiation, Wi-Fi, 2.4 gigahertz, 5 gigahertz, 3G. 3G, 5G is basically just an updated version of that 2 point that really disrupts our systems. They could have put 2.0 or 2.1, 2.3. No, but they chose the 1 frequency that fucks with your cells. Think that's coincidence? Who knows, right? But I don't think that's a coincidence. There's no coincidences, especially not with these products that come out And what's even more interesting is like there's a lot of people that, you know, have alternative solutions, and they came up with alternative solutions without going into too much detail. You know, let's talk about here the fact that we could have, you know, basically free energy. Just one topic, right? Via water, for example, you know. And a lot of these scientists, they jump out of the window and backwards, or off the terrace, or off the rooftop, right? Or, you know, they find some other very intelligent way of killing themselves. And, you know, if you can put one and one together, that's usually a very good indicator that they were onto something real, you know? But that's not for me to decide what you believe in and what you think is right and wrong. I'm just telling you this is my, you know, perception of this reality. And what I am good at is scanning all this stuff, putting it all together, and making sure that this is shit that works, you know, and that is doable for you at home, and not something that you have to do in a, you know, in a lab or in a medical practice or in a rehab center, right? So, to recap, switch your Wi-Fi off. It's the least you can do. Make sure your phone is off when you have it in your pocket. If you want to have healthy sperm, if you want to have healthy children, this is my recommendation. You can do with this what you want, and you can crazy people on the roads, and you can listen to that, or you cannot, or you don't have to, you know, like, I don't care, to be honest. I'm just telling you there is, you know, research out there that shows how damaging phones are, especially for us males, in our pocket, in regards to our sperm quality and healthiness, right? Also, do not talk on the phone right next to your head. Use headphones, and use cable headphones. Don't use in-ears. Don't use Bluetooth headphones. They just fry your brain. There's research out there that shows when the phone is next to your, you know, on your ear, when you have a call just for 2 hours, damages it so profoundly, damages the brain so profoundly, that it probably takes 5 years to recover from this, just from one phone call that takes 2 hours. Okay? I see people run around with this thing all day on their head, you know, like fucking incredible. So use headphones, use cable headphones if you have to talk. Best is to use Wi-Fi, or to use a cable, and, you know, calls via Wi-Fi. That's what I meant. And so, yeah, those are just a few, just to name a few. I will bring out a little checklist in a couple of days. Just, you know, broad and interesting stuff like this. You can see for yourself how much you're already taking care of and how much is still new to you, and then you can let me know, right? You can let me know if you want more in this. I was thinking to do a live call sometime soon, where I will go into more depth on these topics, because I cannot really talk too much about this stuff on these formats, because this goes on YouTube, this goes on Instagram and stuff. And usually when I talk about EMFs and radiation and stuff, these videos get no views. Literally no views, especially on TikTok. Which is interesting, right? And I don't have these fucking huge accounts, right? But I do see fluctuations in, how my content is perceived and how it is shared by the algorithms. And so there's differences that I can notice, right? And so, yeah, if you are interested in these topics, be on the lookout. I will, share more on this soon. And as I said, there will be a live call in a couple of weeks, I would say. Probably, yeah. Maybe even sooner, who knows? And I will talk about this stuff. Talk about the real health problems that we have, okay? About the real shit that goes on that you have to know about if you want to be healthy. It's not about just supplementation and all that shit. You have to make sure you don't, expose yourself to all that stuff like too early, right? So, yeah, hope that makes sense. Let me know in the DMs and I'll talk to you soon.